Hello everyone, hope you are fine. Today we'll start with Biology Chapter 10, Human Health and Diseases. After listening towards the topic, the first question which arises in our mind is, what is health? Someone says that if anyone is physically fit, then we can say that the person is healthy. Some says when someone is mentally fit, then we can say that the person is healthy. But according to WHO, a person can be healthy only if the person is physically, mentally, as well as socially fit. So if you want to define health, you can define it as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence of disease, is called health. Similarly, the second question which arises in our mind is, what is disease? In a very simple way, we can say body not at ease is called disease. Body not at ease is called disease. This is the definition of disease. The study of disease is called etiology. Logy stands for study, whereas etio stands for diseases. So study of disease is called etiology. This term you have to learn. Secondly, coming towards health, what actually to maintain a good health a person can do? Then a person should have a balanced diet which makes a person healthy. Then a person should have personal hygienic condition. This is very important. Hygienic condition. Apart from having personal hygiene, one should also have community hygiene. Community hygiene means the area where you are living should be hygienic in condition. That is called community hygiene. Then a person should always go for regular exercises which maintains your body and keeps you healthy. These are certain things which a person should do in order to maintain good health. That is, to have a balanced diet, to maintain personal hygienic condition, to maintain community hygienic condition, and to have a regular exercises. Every day we come across various foreign organisms, foreign bodies. Whenever we go outside, we meet with different types of people, we meet with different types of environment, and there are different foreign organisms. They are infectious agents, they can be bacteria, virus, fungus. All these foreign bodies are considered as antigens. They get entered inside our body. These antigens, they are responsible for causing diseases in our body. So the one which is responsible for causing diseases are antigens. Now, even though we come across many antigens in our day-to-day life, then too we do not feel ill every day. That is because our body has got a system. That system is called immune system. That is, we have got immunity in our body which fights against these antigens. So the study of this immune system is called immunology. Here the logy indicates study, whereas immuno word indicates immune system. So, the study of immune system is called immunology. One term we studied is etiology, that is study of diseases. Second term is immunology, that is study of immune system. Now coming towards the word immunity. This word immunity was given by Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner was from England and he has given a vaccine. He has developed a vaccine for a disease called smallpox. Because of his effort to develop the vaccine, now this disease, that is smallpox, has been totally eradicated from the world. If I say the word totally eradicated, that means it is not seen anymore in this world. It is not present at all. If we talk about immunity, immunity totally depends upon two different things. That is antigen, that is denoted by Ag, and antibodies denoted by Ab. Antigens, I already told you, they are foreign bodies, or you can say they are microorganisms, or we can also call them as pathogens. They are responsible for causing diseases, whereas antibodies, they are present within the body and they help to fight against these pathogens, and together these antibodies in our body forms a system. That system is called as immune system. There are different types of immunity in our body. Now coming towards types of immunity, the next section of our chapter, types of immunity. There are two types of immunity in our body. One is natural immunity. You can call it as innate immunity. We also can say it is inborn immunity. We also call it as inherited immunity, or we also call it as non-specific immunity. Innate, inborn, or inherited, that means naturally it is present in our body. Non-specific, that means it can fight with vast range of antigens. It is not specific for any particular type of antigen, therefore it is called as non-specific. Second, we have acquired immunity. That means this immunity is not present in our body by birth. It is adapted by us after birth. We can also call it as adaptive immunity, and it is also called as specific immunity. If I say the word specific, that means the particular type of antibody is specific for particular type of antigen only. That means there are different types of antibodies produced in our body, and each antibody is specific to a particular type of antigen. That means it fights with only that type of antigens. That's why they are called specific. Now, one thing in our immune system is that it can Identify self and non-self. Self means the body cells which are present in our own body, and non-self, that means the one which comes from outside. If I say the word non-self, that means it indicates the presence of antigen. Our body, with the help of immune system, can identify the antigens which enters inside our body. Now, as this innate immunity, talking about the first part, innate immunity, as this is natural and it does not require any prior contact, it does not require any kind of effect to the body, prior effect to the body, so that it is present naturally in your body, and it consists of various types of barriers. These barriers which are present in this innate immunity, these barriers helps to fight against different types of antigens. The first barrier is your epithelial surface. If I say epithelial surface, that means the outer part of your body will act as a barrier. Second, it has antimicrobial substance. These antimicrobial substances are present inside the blood and also in tissues. So we can say antimicrobial substance in blood as well as in tissues. This is the second barrier. Then third, we have cellular factors. Cells which are present in our body which acts as antibodies. They are called cellular factors. Then we have fever, which everyone suffers from due to unhygienic condition or entry of antigens. Then lastly, we have acute phase proteins. These are certain barriers which are present in innate immunity or inborn immunity. So today we are going to complete these barriers, starting with first one, that is your epithelial surface. First thing which arises in our mind by looking at this word is skin. Skin is the epithelial layer of our body, so it acts as an epithelial surface. This skin or this epithelial surface consists of two different types of glands. One is your sweat gland, second one is your sebaceous gland. Sweat gland consists of sweat. Sweat contains large amount of salt. When your sweat is dried, it contains more concentration or increased concentration of salt. Because of this increased concentration of salt, it becomes bactericidal. Bactericidal means it does not allow bacteria to grow on the surface or on your skin. It does not allow bacteria to enter inside your body. Secondly, you have got sebaceous gland, that is your oil gland. It contains large or a number of layers of fatty acids, that is oil. Because of presence of these fatty acids or this oil, it makes your surface bactericidal as well as fungicidal. Bactericidal, we already know what it is, and fungicidal. Fungicidal means it does not allow fungus to grow on the surface, and it also does not allow the fungal infection on your body. apart from skin, secondly epithelial surface, if we come across after skin, if suppose it passes through the skin, then we have another epithelial surface which makes you safe, that is mucus and hair. Here you can say cilia. In your respiratory tract, you have got both mucus as well as cilia or hair. In your nasal chamber, at the opening of nose, you have small hair-like structure that is called cilia. This cilia filters the air, it traps the microorganism, and the mucus which is present inside this respiratory tract tries to kill those microorganisms. If suppose due to any reason it enters inside your trachea, then trachea contains again cilia. This cilia in trachea shows upward movement, due to which that microorganism has to be removed out with the help of cuff reflex. That means your body shows cuff reflex in order to remove this bacteria or microorganism out of your respiratory tract into your pharynx. So if the microorganism tries to enter through your nose, through your respiratory tract, then your pharynx due to cuff reflex will remove it and throw it back into pharynx. If suppose microorganism tries to enter through your mouth, then your mouth has got saliva. Saliva contains an enzyme called amylase. This saliva will again fight with microorganism and it will not allow it to enter inside your body. If suppose it has entered inside, then it will reach into your stomach. Your stomach has got gastric secretion, and we studied it in standard 11th. That means it contains gastric juice which contains HCl, pepsinogen, etc. Now this gastric secretion will not allow microorganism to grow. Then secondly, you have got flushing of urine. You always go for urination. This flushing of urine also helps to eliminate bacteria or microorganism from your body through your excretory system. Then in males, semen is present. This semen contains spermine and zinc, which are antibacterial in action. That means it does not allow bacteria to develop. So all these things are your epithelial surface barriers which will not allow the microorganism to enter inside your body. That is your skin, which contains sweat gland and sebaceous gland. Sweat gland will act as bactericidal, whereas sebaceous gland will act as bactericidal as well as fungicidal. Then secondly, mucus and hair or cilia present in your respiratory tract will not allow the microorganism to enter. If suppose it enters up to your pharynx, the pharynx will show cuff reflex due to presence of cilia, and its movement will allow the bacteria to come out into pharynx. If microorganism tries to enter through your mouth, mouth contains saliva. Saliva will contain an enzyme called amylase which will not allow bacteria to enter inside. If suppose it reaches inside your stomach, then gastric secretion will not allow bacteria to live. Then in your body you have got excretory system, due to which flushing of urine is done by your body on daily basis. That flushing of urine acts or helps in elimination of bacteria. In male, in reproductive system, it contains semen. Semen contains spermine and zinc, which are antibacterial in action. That means it does not allow bacteria to grow inside the body. Apart from this, if suppose any microorganism tries to enter inside your body through your eyes, then your eyes has got tears. Tear gland is present which releases tears. These tears will not allow the bacteria to enter inside. Now next barrier, second barrier. Second barrier is antimicrobial substance. Antimicrobial substance is present in your blood as well as in your tissues. More than 30 serum proteins are present in our blood, and all these serum proteins are inactive. They are in inactive state and they are circulating inside the blood. As soon as the pathogen enters inside your blood, so if suppose the pathogens has entered, these serum proteins becomes active because of entry of pathogens. Initially it is in inactive stage, present in blood, circulating within the blood. But when pathogens entered inside, they stimulated these serum proteins so that now these serum proteins will become active. And when it becomes active, it forms a complement cascade. Complement cascade. This complement cascade helps to eliminate the pathogens from your body. And it allows the increase of interferons. If I say interferons, these interferons are nothing but they are soluble proteins. They are present in blood and they help to fight against viral infections, because the pathogen which has entered inside your body may be a virus. So in order to fight against viral infection, interferons becomes active. And here there are different WBCs present in our blood, that is white blood cells, which also helps to stimulate the other cells in order to fight against viral infection. So antimicrobial substances which are present in blood and tissues, in them more than 30 serum proteins are circulating in blood and they are in inactive state. As soon as the pathogen enters, it stimulates these serum proteins so that they become active. Once they become active, they start the formation of complement cascade. This complement cascade helps to eliminate the pathogens from your body by increasing the number of interferons. Interferons are nothing but they are soluble proteins and they help in fighting against viral infection. And there are certain WBCs also which helps to stimulate the cells to protect against the viral infection. Now next barrier is cellular factor. Cellular factors, that means cells. There are phagocytic cells present in our body. Phagocytic cells has got a function called phagocytosis. The word phagocytosis means to engulf. So what these cells do, phagocytic cells, they engulf the pathogens so that they are removed from the body. And the word phagocytic cell was discovered by Metchnikoff. Metchnikoff has discovered that there are two different types of phagocytic cells present in our body. They are microphage and macrophage. Micro means small, macro means large. That means two different types of cells are there which can show phagocytic action, and those are microphage cells and macrophage cells. Okay. Their main aim is to remove the foreign organism or to remove the pathogen by the process of phagocytosis. Then in our body certain natural killer cells are present. Their name is killer cell. So definitely their function will be to kill the microorganisms. These natural killer cells, they are non-specific in action and they act as non-specific defense, so that they fight against viruses which enters inside our body and also with tumors formed in our body. Next is fever. Next barrier is fever. We might have suffered from fever because this is the natural defense of our body. We know that the constant internal body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. It remains constant. Increase in the internal body temperature causes fever. Now here, this increased body temperature is actually to fight against the pathogens and to destroy the pathogens. Why? Because once your internal body temperature increases, it starts accelerating or it accelerates your physiological activities. And due to these physiological processes or activities, the destroying of pathogens takes place. That means it helps to destroy the pathogens by increasing the body temperature. And this fever also stimulates the production of interferons. And I already told you, interferons are useful to fight against viral infection. Next and last barrier is acute phase proteins. In short, we call them as APPs. They are formed due to infection on injury. Suppose you are injured and there is any infection on your injury. Whenever there is infection on injury, then suddenly there will be an increase. There will be sudden increase of plasma proteins. These proteins, whatever has increased near your injury, will try to prevent the injury and it repairs the lesions whatever are formed because of infection on injury. There will be increase in plasma proteins. These plasma proteins will repair the lesions and they will also prevent any kind of tissue injury. Second function is it repairs any kind of tissue injury. Now, example of these APPs are C-reactive protein. That is one of the example of protein present. Secondly, we have alpha 1 acid glycoproteins, etc. There are many more. Remember any two names. These are the proteins present in our blood which repairs the tissue injury and repairs the lesions formed on our body. It does not allow any kind of infection on injury. So we have completed one part of type of immunity. We have completed innate or inborn or inherited immunity. This is natural defense system present in our body by birth. That's all for the day. Now before going, I would like to suggest you one thing. Take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.